How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you all some Babe Ruth and Ted Williams gameplay. I want to focus on both of those players because they've simply been the best players on my team since I've picked them up. And this start of this video is also going to follow the trend from the previous video. I did get beat pretty good in some of these viewer games recently, and that's exactly what this is, viewer game highlights. And I wanted to focus on some of those better players in the game simply because I will be facing them in this video, as well as they have been my corner outfielders, Ted Williams and Babe Ruth, since I picked them up. I wanted to kind of try out Cody Bellinger. I recently went back to Babe Ruth in the leadoff spot, and this card has been very good for me. I mean, he hits the ball hard every single time. I'm using him in right field. He has just enough fielding to get the job done. I have noticed at times where both of them, Babe Ruth and Ted Williams, will kind of jog in the outfield out there. I guess that happens to everyone in the field, but Willie Mays is also a really good hitter. I have those three guys as my top three. Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, and then Ted Williams. I think that could possibly be the best top three for a lineup in terms of hitting that you can get. And in this one, we are going to need it because Paint Beast is getting something going. I believe this is Decoy from Twitch. I have a tough time remembering everybody's name if they're not the same as their PlayStation name, but I'm pretty sure this is Decoy, and we have played before. I know that he's a very good player and has the World Series banner. Also has the GOAT bat skin, something I'm looking to try and unlock pretty soon here, but he's just hitting everything. Everything's fine in a hole, and this continues on with the trend. I've been getting smacked in some of these games. I know that you guys are all really good at the game, and I fully expect to have some really competitive games. However, I was still, just barely missing the ball in this one. I was not able to get anything going in this first game here. I think that for the most part, I got completely shut down. He pitched extremely well, and the balls that I did hit I hit that one all right. That was pretty good, but a little bit late, and it does not get the result I'm looking for. Now we got the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. He's already up 4, and if I don't get out of this inning, I have no chance of coming back in this game. He has a chance to break it open. He got multiple base hits in a row, and he gets kind of a sac fly opportunity. Willie Mays throws out Honus Wagner at the plate, so kind of some defense there to keep us in the ball game. But I was just barely missing it, getting on top of that one, hitting it to Zach Britton, who's a very good pitcher. That Britton card can be pretty deceptive because of his motion, as well as his pitches have a lot of movement on them. There I had a great opportunity to kind of, cut the deficit in half if I would have hit a home run in that situation. But we end up losing that first game. Very good opponents in these viewer games. You guys that are watching on Twitch are absolutely amazing at this game. I wanted to show you guys this crazy play here. Babe Ruth, maybe the catch of the year, at least for me, on defense. Very first pitch of the game against Ophian. Ophian is a very good player. We've played a few times. He has absolutely destroyed me in a friendly game, a 3-inning game. I'm pretty sure he beat me like 8-0 in last year's game. We've gone up a few times with the matchup. There he goes deep with Willie Mays, pulls that one low in the zone, pulls it for a home run, no doubter into the left field bullpen. And now I have Willie Mays up. I could have used the no doubter in the same situation, but we're going to end up with a line out to center field, a perfectly good squared up hit, but we didn't get the result. If I pull that ball similar to how he did, then maybe it would be a no doubter, but he's not done yet. He's going to go ahead and get another base hit in this inning with Ken Griffey Jr. I was able to shut him down. And we're still down two runs. Lou Gehrig is up at the plate and finally wait on a pitch, a fork ball, square it up, smack it out for a home run. Wasn't a no-doubter animation, but I figured it was gone. Just perfect launch angle on that one. We're still down in the game, though. Honus Wagner is going to send that one into the gap. Extra bases. That's going to be double, and that just barely got out of the reach of Willie Mays. I'm surprised he wasn't able to get that speed boost. Sometimes he gets the speed boost from the outfield. But Ophian is a very good player. I expected him to make that defensive play. I thought that it had a chance to tie up the game. However, Babe Ruth is clutching up and sends one deep. If he's not able to make the defensive play against me, then maybe I win that game right there. But at the same time, I made the defensive play against his Ken Griffey Jr. to start the game with Babe Ruth, and he makes another play right here. So kind of a defensive battle. We go into extra innings, top of the fourth. This was one of the better friendly games I've played this entire year. Back and forth ball game, some great defense, and look exactly what happens here. Babe Ruth is jogging out there in right field. After he makes that spectacular grab in the first inning, first pitch of the game, he's going to allow this guy to score from first. Cody Bellinger all the way around to score after Lou Gehrig misses that. Babe Ruth was practically walking that. 64 speed, he walks to it. But we still have a chance to tie this game up. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, down to the last few outs here. Lou Gehrig starts it up with a leadoff double. Nobody down. That's huge to get this inning going. I popped up, got it one down in the inning. Honus Wagner lines one to center field. I thought that one had a chance to be a home run, and it stays in the yard, dead center. If I pull that once again, it's probably a 2-run shot, but we have 2 outs, down to our last out, facing Kenley Jansen, and I should not have gotten rewarded on that base hit. We should have lost the game right then and there. However, we tied it up, and it ended up being a tie in the 4th inning, but that was a very early very lucky hit down the third base line. I should not have gotten rewarded on that, but I'll take it. Just the same result right here. Fly ball to the warning track, very next game. And that's the thing about friendly games. I wish that the developers, SDS, would go ahead and take out wind in these friendly games. I mentioned it during the live stream, especially if a lot of these tournaments are going to be played using friendly games, which I would expect them to be held that way. However, I mean, in this game, it didn't really matter. The opponent was able to smack a home run out. I was able to smack a home run out. Sometimes it affects the ball in different ways. If you pull the baseball, then wind is not going to be as much of a factor. As I've noticed, most of the time, the wind is blowing in straight in from center field. So that's usually how it goes in friendlies, but it does make a difference. If someone hangs a pitch, like I do quite often, then it's much easier to hit the home run out, of course. But we had our chances in this one. We're going into extras. We weren't able to clutch up. We had our chance, and we popped up some pitches in that one. Ended up going into a tie after 4 innings. So back-to-back ties in this one, and that it just is what it is. Sometimes that's the case. We're going up against a good friend of mine, Domino's, in this one. He does have his Yankees squad build, and definitely a good Yankees team. He has Aaron Judge up at the plate with Signature Series, Giancarlo Stanton on deck. And I really like the Yankees team build in this game. They have a lot of options, a lot of really good cards, and even some live series cards. I'm wondering if Aaron Judge is going to get a flashback. The Yankees might even get another player, or at least someone who played for the Yankees. I think Ichiro might be coming into the game pretty soon. There are some clues on Twitter revealing a player in pinstripes, which kind of threw me off. I thought maybe a Yankee player or maybe a White Sox player. I was thinking Don Mattingly. I was thinking Goose Gossage. I was thinking Paul Konerko from the White Sox. And then they went ahead and revealed another clue right after I guessed Paul Konerko. They reveal another clue, pretty much revealing Ichiro. It looks exactly like Ichiro, and I can't wait. If Ichiro's in the game, he also played for the Yankees. That's where the pinstripes is kind of throwing me off. Of course, he will be a Seattle Mariner Signature Series card, but I would like to see Ichiro get a card in general. I don't really care what team he's playing for. I just want him to have a 99 overall version in the game. But this game so far, we started to kind of turn it around a little bit at the plate, started to square the ball up a little bit more consistently, and we are facing Whitey Ford, who isn't the greatest pitcher in this game. However, he does have a lot of movement on his pitches. I know that he's using his Yankee squad, so he has a really good squad in general. Bullpen's good, starting pitching is good, and also Domino's is a really good player. So it's a good thing I was able to hit the ball a little bit better, but I started to kind of get out of the slump I was in. I started to, about midway through the stream, started to be able to pull the ball a little bit better. There, Babe Ruth goes deep. He's really been the MVP of my team. In the previous game, he robs one in right field. He gets something going. He ties the game up with the homer and also hits another homer in this game. So back-to-back home runs. He seems like he hits a home run almost every game. In ranked seasons, I usually go at least 3 for 4 with them, 3 for 5 some games with the home run. Ted Williams is also one of the better hitters that I'm using. I mean, even against lefties, I think I have better stats against lefties with Ted Williams than I do against righties. Just seems like every time I'm facing a lefty, he does really well. But also at the same time, I did get a little bit lucky in that game. Domino's was hitting the ball hard, didn't really get rewarded. We're in the next game already with the bases loaded, and I'm unable to really get the big hit. That's been the difference of a lot of these games, is I haven't been able to get the big hit. In shortened 3-inning games, you have to be able to clutch up with runners in scoring position. I can't have bases loaded with 1 out and only score 1 run in that situation. I have to at least score 2, maybe even 3, hopefully many more than that. If you can continue to get some base hits, the pitcher's on the ropes. Anyway, Rogers Hornsby is smacking one to center field. After I got pretty lucky, I thought that Swindle should have also had a home run in the previous inning. Not that it should be a tie game at this point. And that's the thing I was kind of talking about with wind. I'm not quite sure what the wind was like in this game, but it seemed like it was blowing in. I thought that one could have been sent out for a home run. I just think that it's random at times with the exit velocity, the power, and, you know, the good squared up hits that get resulted in a home run depending on the wind. I think you want to try and take out as much randomness as possible in this game. I know that it's got to be extremely hard to do so, but in this game right here, Swindle has a very good chance to tie it up, and we have Raleigh Fingers, who's really my go-to pitcher, and we get out of it, luckily, and clutch that one out with a win. But a lot of these games have been amazing, really close games. I encourage you guys to try and match up against me, even in ranked seasons and friendly games and viewer games. It doesn't matter. I'm just excited to play the game. I'm always excited to go up against people that I know, and it just makes the game more fun. But I appreciate everybody watching. I'm College Lefty, and peace out.